Welcome to Tiger Wolf. I'm Josh, and this is David.
Please be aware, this podcast contains strong language and spoilers.
Hey, David, what you been getting into lately?
Well, I finished the first of the DLCs for The City That Never Sleeps with Spiderman.
I thought Seattle was a city that doesn't sleep.
I think Seattle and New York are both referred to it.
You're talking about the one, the big pear, the big kahuna?
Sure.
What's the DLC?
So, I was completely wrong. Well, not completely.
Typically.
It focused around Black Cat, but it didn't involve her stealing stuff from
You didn't
Oscorp.
say what it is yet.
The heist.
You didn't say it.
The heist.
I asked you what it was, and you didn't say it.
Well, the heist.
You just completely ignored me.
Only sometimes.
What?
Exactly. But it does center around Black Cat. Just not her stealing something from Oscorp.
So not a heist?
She's stealing money from the gang families of New York.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. There's a bunch of heists then,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, all right. Was it fun?
It was pretty fun. She tricks Parker into helping her by saying the reason she's doing this is because Hammerhead has kidnapped her son.
Like the shark? Like a shark?
No,
Isn't that the only animal named Hammerhead?
he's not an animal.
Is that-
Oh, he is an animal, but
Is that shark and also the street shark one?
no.
You don't remember the street sharks? Hold on.
It was not the Donatello version on the Street Sharks.
Okay.
No, this Hammerhead's a gangster, and the reason they call him Hammerhead is he has a plate of adamantium across his forehead, under his skin.
So let me guess. His special move is headbutting.
Yes.
That's interesting. Doesn't Spider-Man have an enemy that likes to charge headfirst at things?
Yeah.
Doesn't he also have like 6 other things named after animals?
Yes.
Is it because he's Spider-Man?
Quite possibly.
Okay.
But I mean, to be fair, he
Batman
also has
doesn't have a
the
whole lot
Hunter.
of... Well, that's not just him, though.
He originated as a Spider-Man villain.
All right. Still as fun as the first time you played Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Swinging around it. Is it like a new area?
No, it's still New York.
Oh.
It's a different
I
setting.
It makes sense, but that's kind of disappointing.
It's a different setting. Like you actually have to go.
Oh, like you have to
across
go
the
to the
menu.
thing, you start the mission or whatever, and it changes the.
No, you go actually in the menu. You go all the way over to DLC, and then you select it, and it loads up the story for the DLC, the side quests, and everything on the map. Yeah, I swung around New York for about 15 minutes before I figured that out. I was trying to find where it would start.
That's one thing I.
So that's probably my big complaint.
Okay. That's probably one thing I do really enjoy about like DLCs for like Bethesda games is they tie it into the world. So like on Fallout, that means you can find the radio signal that will lead you to
the New Harbor
place
or whatever.
It's called Far Harbor.
Oh, Far Harbor.
But
My bad.
yeah. Which was actually one of my favorite DLCs ever on anything because it was so creepy, and then the story didn't mesh out with the creepy atmosphere that they started with, which was unfortunate. But
yeah,
most of Bethesda DLCs are also in separate areas too.
So you find out through this because she's like, she tells Parker, look, Hammerhead's got my son, and she leaves, and Pete's like, wait,
you have a son?
Wait, is it mine?
Oh God!
Because they dated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Parker's like, wait.
Hold on. Is it a spider cat?
Is it my son?
Is it? If so, Is it a spider cat? Is it a black widow?
Oh, terrible. Terrible pun.
Oh, I mean, because black cat.
Yeah. I get
He's
it.
a
I get
spider.
the joke. Terrible pun's terrible.
It's not a pun, technically. Here's an idea, David. You can go fuck yourself.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. It was really short. I expected it to be 5-6 missions short. So it was just. Honestly, I knew the way it was going to end.
Like when you began it?
Yeah.
Her son died?
No, she never had one.
Oh,
it was just another lie to pull Peter into helping her.
That was my first thought, but I was like, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
I was hoping she was going to actually have a kid. Like, I was hoping, I actually would like where that would go.
That's honestly really fucked up for her to do.
Yeah.
That's like a lot fucked up.
No, it gets a little more fucked up. You, as Peter, find out that Hammerhead has her penthouse rigged to explode.
Okay.
He was expecting her to betray him.
He was right.
Yeah. So you're swinging after her and she lands on her balcony and you're like, Felicia, don't. It's rigged. She turns around, smiles at you, and opens the door. I think she just faked her death. But
obviously, she would not have smiled at him.
Yeah. Without a plan.
Without knowing.
She actually tells him, I've got all 9 of my lives still.
She's still got all 9 of her lives?
Yeah.
I don't think she's right. I'm pretty sure she's... See, you know what? That's the hubris of cats, right? Okay? So, like, they have 9 lives. They just can't count. They know they have 9. And they don't realize that means, like, super close calls count.
Near misses?
Near misses, are you losing one of those lives? So they're just like, I haven't died yet. And it's like, you're not Binks, okay? You don't actually die.
And then come back.
And then come back to use a life.
You almost died. That counts as 1.
Yeah.
That dog that you did.
You ended up directly in between the tires of the car, so you're okay when you were crossing the road.
Was 2.
That's right.
But yeah, and they kind of, if you do the side mission,
yeah,
it kind of sets it up for you to think she's gonna fake her own death because you get approached by an officer who has a penchant for meeting people on rooftops. He says that.
That's creepy. That's actually really creepy. That's a creepy statement to make. Cop or not. So I mean, Spider Cop meeting people on the rooftops. A-okay.
You meet him up there.
They should make a DLC just about Spider Cop.
You meet him up there, and he's like, so I used to work a case about Black Cat. Not the new one. The original.
Is she a copycat?
Yes. She's a copycat of her father.
Oh, well, okay.
Walter Hardy.
Well, most guys don't take the name Cat often. I guess if they're a cat burglar, like it's just in the job.
That was his thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to find some of the paintings that we never recovered. And I was watching a movie last night and I got an idea. Maybe he has them hidden in places. Like one of the thing that got him busted was he was stealing smoke detectors. So maybe they're hidden throughout the city as, other things. So, you go around and find
smoke detectors?
Yes.
Like for alarms?
I guess.
It doesn't make any sense.
So you're swinging through, you find, all right, there should be one in this area. So you're looking around and, well, that doesn't look normal. Oh, look, it's a case. Open case. Oh, look at that. It's a painting. Okay, I found one. And as you're finding them.
So it's just another go find shit in the city thing.
Yes, but it's got I like the reason because at first you think you're helping a cop, and then
He's
starts
not a cop.
saying things like he brings up, why is it that you and this new black cat, what went on there? And he's like, she said she wanted to break clean, so I was trying to help her. Oh,
So this is her dad.
yeah. But he faked his own death by trying to escape Rikers and supposedly drowned.
And he's too lazy to go get his fucking paintings that he stole, so he's getting Spider-Man to do it for him.
Yes.
And Spider-Man is a fucking doofus.
Spider-Man is gullible. He realizes it, though. After that last painting, he tries calling him back.
So Batman, world's greatest detective. Oliver Queen, okay at detective. Spider-Man, what's a detective?
So
I have found smoke detectors. Is that the same thing?
so he's like, so why have you lied? Why stay hidden? Why not go to your daughter? Let her know you're alive. And he's like, she's been just fine without me this long. And if I show up back alive, that'll rekindle Hammerhead's family wanting me dead because I broke a rule.
So she worked with somebody who wanted her dad dead.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And he tells Parker, he's like, look, take care of my little girl. And he's like, what makes you think I'm going to do that? He's like, because you're a good guy. And he hangs up the phone.
So it was another, like, it feels a little bit too akin to what they've already done a couple times in the story, from what I know. But, I mean, not bad. It's just...
No, it wasn't bad. It was just like...
It just kind of annoys me a little.
Yeah. But I mean, like, Turf War drops on the 20th, and it's going to be Hammerhead-centric.
Oh, so they're probably going to be telling an overarching
Yeah, it seems
story
like
with
it's
the
an
DLC,
overarching story
or at least
with
with
the
these
DLC.
two DLC.
Yeah. So
That's interesting.
we'll see where that goes. What about you?
Well, not to date this episode too much, but I was semi recently last week playing in the 76 beta, and there's a lot of changes that they made that I kind of wish that they would make to Fallout 4.
Okay, like what? Because I've been watching.
That's a
reviews
harder
and
thing to say.
people
There's
talking about 76, and a lot of people that I've watched do not like it.
That's all fine and dandy. Everybody, well, not everybody, but most of the people in the Reddit that actually like the 76 Reddit, that even every beta that went out had a string for people to post what their issues were. Everybody's enjoying it, dude. There's changes that need to be made. Obviously, it's the point of the beta. But I enjoyed it. But Bethesda has some things planned. Not all of them will be able to roll out. The changes will not all be able to roll out by the time release hits. But the important ones, the bug fixes and things like that, will.
Okay.
Most gripes I really saw on the Reddit, which is primarily where I go because it seems like not everybody is a Neo fan on the Reddit. A lot of people threw out a lot of shade because of the issue.
I go to the Neo fans sometimes because...
Oh, no, I don't get your differing opinions.
They have that.
I have Twitter. Don't get me wrong. I have Twitter. I've seen what people say and stuff like that. But they're also... Their logic to me is... I said it to you before. It's like expecting to eat a tomato and it's still green. It's a fucking beta. There's going to be problems.
Yeah.
Most of their gripes were things that it's a fucking beta. There's going to be problems. Answers. Report it. It will then get fixed. Guess what? After the game's release, if you have a problem, fucking report it and it will probably get fixed. If you don't report it, it doesn't fucking get fixed.
I mean, like one of the gripes that I saw or I heard was it has the same. Some people were having the same clocking issue that they had with Fallout 4. So they had to go in.
I don't know what you mean.
Their frame rate wouldn't, though they were supposed to be able to play at 60 frames per second, they were only being able to play at 30 frames per second. So they had to go in and edit some of the files.
Any files, yes.
To make it unlimited. But when they did that, they literally started
doing
everything faster.
You misunderstand then. Their issue is that it's locked at 60. It cannot be under and it cannot be over 60 frames. To prevent exactly what you just described from happening. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't necessarily the best way to have the game operate, where a lot of things are based off of the frame rate for your system.
Yeah.
But it is a way. There's a lot of reasons to do that. I'm not going to get into all that now. Because it's very technical stuff, and I don't actually know most of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are griping that they have a 144 hertz monitor and they want to be able to play it at that. And it's like, well, cool. Too bad. That's not how it was designed. Like, unfortunately, it does come down to that sometimes. It's just like, that's not how the game was designed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't particularly like, in many games, how the questing stuff works. I'm not going to stop playing the fucking game because there's one thing like that I don't like. Guess what? You can't actually perceive that much of a difference between 60 frames per second and 144. Yeah, it seems a little bit smoother. Cool. That's literally all it is. I don't know why people were so upset about that, but I did see that too. I don't really remember specifics. Just like there's a higher level of variety to things, which I would have loved in an open world single player game. And honestly, I did play this like single player because I didn't know any of the people, and fuck them because I don't know them. I had one guy who they were clearly running in a group. It was two guys.
Yeah.
One dude, while we were killing Scorched in Morgantown. I think it's Morgantown. Airbase. Just started shooting me. Not like accidentally. Like the fight was over and he shot me like 4 times. It did like no damage.
Yeah.
Because I didn't shoot him back or anything. But I was like, why the fuck are you trying to shoot? Like, we've been in this area doing stuff at the same time for a while now, and all of a sudden you have an issue with me? The only thing I can figure is because I had changed my mic to be on TeamSpeak because I didn't want anybody to hear me talking or anything like that unless I wanted them to.
Yeah.
Means I also can't hear them. So the only thing I can think is he was trying to say something to me and got a hair up his ass because I was ignoring him. Because I was fucking ignoring him. I wasn't playing along with them or anything like that. Yeah, sure, Scorched attack. I'm not going to let myself get hit, so we're all fighting the Scorched.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was playing it more of a single player because I was trying to learn more of the mechanics stuff. I didn't really, honestly, there's apps and stuff like that for being able to talk to people, like Discord and whatnot. I don't need to know that works in the game. I need to know that I can loot things. I need to know how to drop things so that I can share things with people. I need to know how to build things in the camp and like basically push that in such a way to see if I can break it by like quickly changing things or doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what I was in there trying to do. Mm. I was also in there taking in the world. I didn't do much of the story.
Now, how did you play?
What do you mean?
Controller-wise?
I don't know what you mean.
Were you using your like 360 or your Xbox One controller, or were you
to begin with? So when I first started playing it, I was trying to use the Xbox One controller because that's what I use for No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
because it's wireless, and I like sit on my couch and play it on my computer, the big one,
monitor.
the TV. There were some weird connectivity issues. I'm not sure with the controller, not with the gameplay. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if that's related to 76. Somebody, when I reported it on Reddit, somebody posted saying that they think it was an update that Microsoft pushed out because they've been having issues on everything with their Xbox One controller.
Okay.
So I had just switched to my 360. I prefer playing these games with the controller just because it's more comfortable. I have a little bit more finer control when it comes to like movement and stuff like that. There's not, WASD is all or nothing.
Yeah. One of the complaints I saw, since I haven't gotten to try it, was the keyboard and mouse controls are utter fucking garbage.
Which is kind of ironic if you think about it.
It was made for a console.
Yeah.
Not for PC. They didn't even put the effort into making it a
that is one thing.
Friendly interface. Like you
I
have
think
to hit this, and this, and
no, I know what you're talking about, and the main gripe about that is that tab and escape, their functions are basically switched. Escape doesn't get you out of every window like it should.
Okay.
Tab does. And I think this is just I think a lack of experience on their end. Of yes, they've made PC games and that, but they've not. The team that worked on this are almost assuredly not the people who work on ESO, if that makes sense. So this is the first time trying to make a semi.
This is probably
multiplayer.
the same team who worked on Daggerfall.
Probably not. Daggerfall? From forever ago. Be realistic here. Todd Howard didn't work on Daggerfall. Wait.
Yes, he did. He's the reason Daggerfall happened.
He's the reason Morrowind happened.
That was the reason Daggerfall happened.
He worked on Daggerfall. He ran Morrowind.
Okay.
But yeah, he did work on it. And that's where he made his self known to Bethesda in their teams to be boosted. But I mean, yeah, okay. Guess what? Todd's not on the development team anymore. Like those people are probably not still there.
Daggerfall, Morrowind
and
Oblivion.
Morrowind and Up is on consoles.
Yes, but Morrowind was originally made and put out on PC.
Yep.
Before it hit consoles.
Cool. 20 years ago.
Same thing with Oblivion. It was put out.
Oblivion was put out on everything at the same time.
You sure?
No.
I'm pretty sure it came out.
I'm never sure of anything.
Okay.
Why would you even bother asking me that?
I'm pretty sure it came out on PC first. Skyrim, I don't know. I think
Skyrim hit everything at the same time.
And then went to your phone and then Alexa.
Yeah. Okay.
And your
so looking at it that way, one, that's a different brand. For one. For two, this was put out on 360 first for the beta.
I'm
Not
just
360.
saying,
the Xbox One. Wow.
I'm just saying from the perspective of someone who doesn't particularly play these games, knowing that most of their history is on PC, they should be able to get this control right.
You would think so.
That's my only argument.
But really, no. Because you also have to look at it like this. A lot of, statistically, more of their players use a controller. Just
probably.
Because if you count across consoles and computer, there's computer players that use a controller and console players don't have a choice. It has to be a controller.
Yeah, it has to be with.
You also have to look at it like
games.
this. There was a time in history when you could map your keyboard however the fuck you want for your game. Yeah. Now there's kind of a, let's say, unspoken standard to it. Yeah. Like escape going out of everything.
Yeah.
Or what have you. This is what I've gathered from the posts. I like playing games on PC, but I prefer controller when I can. Yeah. Just because it's more comfortable for me to play with.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be fair. The primary game that I had that I was comfortable using a PC or the PC style, keyboard and mouse with was League of Legends. And that's because you couldn't map a fucking controller for the game.
You would have to have a different various different modifiers, like I did for Old Republic.
Yeah, I prefer.
And even then, there's limitations.
Playing Minecraft on the PC, I prefer keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, like in Minecraft, all or nothing walking is okay.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I actually prefer keyboard and mouse when it comes to the controller. Just feels uncomfortable for Minecraft. There's like it depends on the game. It does heavily depend on the game for me. But for the most part, I play with controller when I can.
I mean, I'm primarily a console gamer, so
I do find it weird that they messed that up. I don't know, like maybe they had some new guy doing the control schemes, or somebody who's not experienced with it, or maybe it was a console team that is working on both of these sides of this. Like, there's a lot of things we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
it's something that's probably going to get addressed with custom key bindings anyway.
Probably. It's just that's I'm just
I'm not
some of the
like it's a good point to bring up. One of the biggest ones that I saw, because they released a list of the things that they plan on doing before and after release.
Yeah.
As of right now, like it's not a huge list. It's just like, look, we want to fix these bugs and do these changes and whatnot.
Then we'll move on.
And one of them was, we're thinking about adding push to talk. Almost every top comment on that in the Reddit was add push to talk, or I'm going to not buy this game, or something like that, because I don't want to hear somebody's dog barking in the background because it's an always live mic. I don't want to hear a baby crying just because I'm looting next to this dude.
Yeah.
Or I'm fighting and I can't get out of the situation, and now I have to hear this, whatever it is, for like minutes or longer at a time because they don't have push to talk.
Yeah.
Like, we understand you don't really have the push to talk option for console gamers, but you have that here and we need it.
Well, I mean, no, that yes and no.
And I noticed by the time I saw that,
gamers can go.
They have a mute button.
Yeah.
Yes. That's not the same as push to talk. In the sense of, like, literally push to talk is I have to hold the button to talk.
Yeah.
But like, they wanted their reasoning was they wanted the world to feel alive. So like, if somebody was talking to themselves, they'd be talking to themselves in game, which is cool. But there's a whole other not fake life happening around them too.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that's fine. The worst you might hear is my AC running or something like that.
Yeah. But like me,
who has a child who is angry all the time.
A 2-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, when I played Halo with you online, it was mostly him talking to me.
It was.
And that's exactly it. And by the time I had read this article, they had edited the post and said, we'll be adding push to talk.
Okay. Another complaint that I've read and seen is the world's empty. It feels empty.
So that is something I was discussing with one of my coworkers recently, because he asked me how the beta was, because I don't think he got to play it, and it does. It really does. It's all enemies and robots.
Like, one of the complaints somebody was bringing up
feels
was the
like
very lore of
my main issue with it is that it's like hinting at there being NPCs the whole fucking time. There's dead people all over the place. Dead, what would be NPCs if they were alive.
Yeah.
All over the place to like loot and stuff like that, including raiders, what's called the responders, which are people who got together to help people survive after the war.
Yeah.
This is actually, I've learned a little bit about this too, since just in the opening thing, is there was actually a war fought for a little while after the bombs initially dropped. There was a war fought. It wasn't just bombs dropped, world went to shit, chaos.
Yeah.
There was a war fought for a little while, which is why there's these little communist robot things running around now. They're just these like gray metal, I would say spider bots, but they only have 4 limbs, with a red star stuck on them and a gun on the top. Like, just the most mass producible thing you could think of for a robot.
Yeah.
And they'll just be running around, like, you just hear tink 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 tink, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get you, little fucker.
Where are you? You little commie bot.
Right. So I forgot what point I was making.
The world
feels
empty.
So it's empty in the sense of, like, there's no people. you have a few robots you can interact with to like trade and stuff like that. There are some computers and things that talk to you and you do missions for. From my experience so far, but there is no NPCs, and I understand their choice here, and clearly it was a design choice that was early and stuck with, like, resonated with the team, and they wanted to do this. And I think that was probably the worst choice that they made.
Yeah,
as far as just general design wise, not things being broken or whatnot. Like, I think that was not a good choice. It does feel empty. I understand they're trying to get people to interact with each other, but at the same time, you are taking an IP that is primarily people playing by themselves and putting it in a multiplayer setting. And so while I personally will probably not interact with a whole lot of people I don't fucking know, because I don't fucking know them. That's how I approach real life too.
Yeah, it is.
So that's one of the reasons why I find limited enjoyment when going into MMOs and stuff like that. My main issue with MMOs is just you have to fucking grind all the time. It's not even that it's geared towards interacting with people. It's just that they fill in your time by making you have to kill a lot of things in order to get stronger, so you can kill a lot of things so you can get stronger. That loses interest. I lose interest in that a lot. The quests and stuff so far, from what I've seen, in that, were very interesting. I only did a few of the main storyline because I didn't want to do too much with a character that I was basically not going to play after beta, more than likely. They did do something I found a little bit questionable. We're about at time. Did do something I found a little bit questionable, and they added the atomic shop, which you earn atoms by. So this is one of my biggest gripes on it. I'm just gonna go
the
on this
microtransactions.
No. Well, it has microtransactions in it, but you can get atoms by doing quests and just like kill 75 of this type of creature, type of things.
Yeah,
like basically what you would get achievements for.
Mm-hmm.
You get atoms for.
Yeah,
which is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it's really cool. I have like over 500 or whatever right now. From just existing in this world, basically, like just doing, like walking through like I do in a Fallout game. So it's all cosmetic stuff. It's nothing ever functional. That's the whole purpose of it. Is just look the way you want to look. If you want to spend money on the way you want to look, that's fine. And that's the way I feel like that should be done.
Yeah.
It was just weird to me that they introduced it in the beta. That's my only weirdness with that. The atoms thing, gaining them in game for like achievement type things, that's cool. That's fine. I have done quests where I just get items when I complete it because there's nobody to turn the fucking quest into. So the gods that be gave me some stim packs. That bothered me because that made it feel less like I was in a world and more like I was playing a game.
Yeah.
In a game series that I like to get lost in the world of.
Yeah.
You know? So like that really bugged me. Like there was one I did, like a Radiant quest type of thing. Mm-hmm. Like, you know those events that will show up on like 14 that you can go do with people? Mm-hmm. And they have those. They have those types of things. The what? Fates. Yeah, fates. Yeah. It was like that, and then like somebody airlifted in a drop for us to get a reward for it, for doing it for them. So like the responders are still there somewhere.
Yeah, where?
Doesn't matter. We're never gonna fucking see them.
Oh, I mean,
They made it very clear that this was a solid design choice. You're not going to have NPCs. Don't get me wrong. There are enemies who talk, super mutants and whatnot, and like their chatter was not bad. I found it to be a little bit more enjoyable than typical Bethesda fare, which was nice. It's just, it was that, like I can't express how much that bugged me. That I completed a mission and just got items from the nowhere. It's not like I found a chest, like
yeah.
Give me a quest box at least. We're like, oh hey, now you have a key, you can unlock this. Great. Yes, that would get played out. Do you know what else is weird? Just getting items.
But I mean, like, I don't know. We'll get more into this.
Oh yeah,
later.
we're gonna do a full shitty game review on this in probably about a month.
Yeah.
After both of us,
hopefully,
can dive into this, because I don't know if I'm really gonna play this a whole lot if I'm not playing with somebody.
Yeah.
Because that's the main point. Like, yes, I like the world, but I don't want to have to go through the whole story and everything by myself.
Yeah.
If I can't experience it with somebody. And I don't talk to motherfuckers I don't know, so...
Well, I suppose that's the end of the episode.
Please like, comment, follow, and share. And also, more importantly, thank you for listening.
Take care.
Bye!